Alright, so cursed energy in my opinion is quite underutilized. And I'm not talking about we're not seeing enough of it or it's not being used enough, because of course it does. I'm talking about more like narrative wise. I feel like it's not explained nor explored nearly enough. And I also feel like as it is, it's not being used because cursed energy has a lot of facets. So I'm here to explain that today. As we all know and as we see, it is depicted as an aura-like thing that surrounds the character in the story. It's actually based off of Nin from Hunter x Hunter. Gege Akutame is a fan of Hunter x Hunter as we know. It's like this aura-like substance that surrounds the user. It has different colors, and I don't know if the colors has to do with how strong it is or how is it used, but yeah, it's surrounded by colors, especially when they are fighting or when they are activating their abilities. And as the name implies, cursed energy is rooted from negative emotion or bad disposition. Basically, if a person is surrounded by a lot of negativity, the likelihood that they have a huge amount of cursed energy is very strong. If you're like if you're like in your emo stage, cursed energy is very strong on you. So yeah. A great example of this is Yuta. Although you can say that he was born with it, or he has Rika, which is his cursed energy bank. But the man, when he was introduced, was depressed as hell, as we know. You can say the same thing about Gojo, that he doesn't have a negative disposition, but we gotta remember that he's raised in basically a family of high-class sorcerers and raised to be basically a strong sorcerer. He has to live up to expectations, so you could just imagine how negative that environment could be. Look at Maki's situation, for example, being born, and those could be really bad for you. Also, Gojo has the 6 eyes, so basically it glitches out his cursed energy to be infinite. He's a cheat code, so he's really the outlier of outliers. But yeah, basically the more emo you are, the more your cursed energy is likely to be very strong. To control this cursed energy, you have to be able to have the full control of your emotions though. Everyone obviously have cursed energy, but in order to become a sorcerer, a person must undergo heavy training to get a grip of their emotions. It's not as simple as being angry or being sad. You have to be able to control those emotions and channel those and turn those into cursed energy. In fact, people's cursed energy is one of the main reasons why curses exist. There's an argument that if everyone learns how to control cursed energy, fewer curses will ever exist in the world. Cursed energy originates from a person's stomach and is able to be felt by other sorcerers as well, much like other power systems in anime. You know, it can be used as intimidation and stuff like that. Cursed energy can also be left as residuals. Of course, more experienced sorcerers can conceal this somehow. The more skilled the sorcerer is, the more efficient they are and the more able they are to control their cursed energy. The harder it is for their attacks to be read because of their control of their cursed energy flow. From what I understand as well, cursed energy at its rawest form is very hard to control. That's why sorcerers have to use it as fuel for their techniques instead. But that being said, there are people who can certainly do it, especially those who have insane output. Finger bearers, such as special grade curse that are there fighting in the season 1, can use projectiles using their raw cursed energy. That dude, Ishigori, can actually fire actual death rays with just raw cursed energy. Having a lot of cursed energy though doesn't mean that you'll have great output. It's like having muscles, but you still have to learn how to punch. It's a skill issue. Also, cursed energy can enhance a sorcerer's physical abilities greatly to the point that someone who actually excels at martial arts, at hand-to-hand combat, can fight on par with someone that greatly relies on techniques only. Cursed energy can also have special characteristics. It can feel and look a certain way. Sometimes it feels sharp, other times it looks like fire, looks like electricity. It's different from person to person, and I believe I believe it comes innate to the person as well. Cursed energy is mainly used as fuel for cursed techniques, but it is not the only thing that it's used for. A sorcerer can also pour cursed energy into weapons to make it stronger. They can also actually create cursed tools themselves and talismans. The rope that is used by Miguel in the movie, the one that to be able to hit Gojo, I think it's an example of talismans. And there are also barriers and curtains. All that stuff uses cursed energy as power source. So yeah, there are a lot of things that cursed energy is being used. A sorcerer's strength can also be greatly increased or amplified by the conditions they impart to their techniques or themselves. Nanami's overtime is the best example for this. He added a time-based pact that enables him to increase his output, but restricts it until the time hits for overtime. There's also Sukuna with his domain's condition of having no borders allowing escape, but the slashes go stronger the closer you get to the edge. And then there are also people who have unwarranted restrictions, such as Toji's heavenly restriction, which removes all his cursed energy, giving him unparalleled physical abilities in exchange. There are also Mekamaru, who is the opposite of Toji basically, having a weak body but getting better output and greater range. It is not clear how these restrictions can be set, but you can really be creative with it. A curtain is really the one that benefits a whole lot from conditions and restrictions. If a barrier is visible to everybody, it almost always a tell on how strong the barrier is. I'd say conditions, finding bows, conditions, restrictions are the best aspects of this power system. And then there's the Black Flash. Unlike how Yuji seemed to do it though, Black Flash isn't really something that you're supposed to be able to do willingly because of how impossible the execution is. It requires incredible cursed energy control, and they say that once you're able to do it once, you'll gain greater understanding of cursed energy. So it's like a power up in a way. You can only have it once though, the power up. And then of course finally we have reverse cursed energy. But unlike the name suggests, it's not the opposite of cursed energy. In fact, it is just cursed energy. It is just cursed energy multiplied together. It also requires superb control of cursed energy, and it takes a gifted sorcerer to be able to pull it off. Although there are ones like Shoko who are born being able to do it, to just do it. She doesn't know how to explain it though, but she can just do it. Took Gojo up to his second year in high school in Jujutsu High before he was able to master it. Shows you how difficult it is. If you want me to make a video on each of these topics, just comment down below, down there. And don't forget to leave a like too. Peace. Have a nice day.